Should you play Warhammer Vermintide 2 in 2022? Yes, the short answer is yes, go ahead and play it. And please guys, like the video and subscribe to the channel, okay? And editor, roll the credits. But now, it's time for us to dive deep. I will try to cast a light on the game, so with more information, you can see if Vermintide 2 is really the right game for you. Because there are too many games out there, and not enough time to go through everyone. So let's do it. Vermintide 2 is a co-op focused action game. Think about like Left 4 Dead, but with more focus on battles, with every character belonging to a badass group tasked to do several missions against the Skaven. The Skaven are the most common enemies in this game. They're like war rats, ratmen. Every character have their own special abilities, their own talent trees, they have access to different weapons, and the game is a much more action-packed game. You do battles all the time, tension rises all the time, it's frenetic, actually yeah, there's a rhythm to it. The game is good if you play by yourself, but if you're playing with your friends and up to 4 people can join at the same time, then Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a total banger. As the name suggests, the game happens in the Warhammer universe. It's a very big scenario, and I'm sure you have heard of it. They have tons of RPGs, they are a tabletop game, and even on Steam you can find lots of games from Warhammer scenario, like the most famous being Total War, Warhammer 1 and 2, and the third one is coming in a few weeks I think, so it's very good, I suggest you try it. The universe is great. It's a medieval fantasy, but man, so many different things, so well thought. You have 5 characters to choose from, but each one has different careers. Think of careers like subclasses. At the beginning, you only have 1 career for every character, but the more you play with said character, the more experience you gain, and then that increases your level, which unlocks new careers. You can also purchase some DLCs that comes with new careers, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. The characters play very different from each other, and even the same character can dramatically change from career to career, which is great. At first you might play with, let's say, the elf, Kerillian. Her first career, called the Waystalker, is focused on her archery prowess, with powers and talents that enhances it. It makes you wish to be far from your enemies, sniping the specials, going for melee only when there are no elite animals, no specials, no monsters, or when you're out of ammo. But then, if you choose her third career, the Shade, now you're a badass assassin. You're looking to get behind your foes for that sweet backstab damage. And your ultimate, it goes from, let's say the first one, from Waystalk would be guided arrows, to stealth. So yeah, very different playstyle from the same character. Alongside different characters and different careers, you also have tons of choices in what talents and what to equip. Your choice of weapons can dramatically change the way you play the game. Let's get Marcus Kruber for example, his first career, the Mercenary. Maybe decide to go for a two-handed sword. You're now going to have great hot control, lots of cleave damage, but you won't be as good against specials, against elites or bosses, as if you had chosen a more single target oriented weapon. Even your ranged weapon will change how you approach fights. Do you want to have a crossbow capable of sniping enemies from far away, or a kind of like Gatling gun that might help more against others and bosses? There is a lot of space for those who like to tinker and explore with different builds. And what are the good things about the game? Well, tons of good things, but I was really impressed in how beautiful the game is, and how smooth it can run. The company, Fat Shark, they really did a great job here, and even better than appearance is the voice acting. We only have 5 different characters to play with, but they are so full of personality, they have tons of banter with each other. They say tons of different things. In random spots on missions sometimes they will just start talking to each other and you get the feeling that they're a group, you know? After playing so many hours now, I know every character, I know them well. I know who they are friends with more in the party, who they have queries with. It's so nice. And the voice actors, they are so talented, they really became the characters. But now about the things I didn't like. Although I deeply enjoyed the magical ride the game provides, I wanted more. Yes, the characters are nice, but even though they have so different careers and the missions are great, the scenarios are beautiful, I wanted more. I feel like the game should have given us more, and it tries to do that, but with several DLCs, which I don't like. Look, the game has an absurd quantity of DLCs, and that seems like a staple in Warhammer games, they do that. And some DLCs provide nice content, like more weapons, more careers, more missions, and stuff like that. But I feel like weapons, careers, missions shouldn't be locked behind DLCs, shouldn't be a big expansion. Let me pay for expansion, give me that. By all means. But it's a chore right now. I'm going through the list of DLCs and it's hard to see what DLCs gives what, you know? We don't know, have to go through the list and it sucks. I don't like it. I recommend getting the main game. You can even find it at 75% discount in some sales, even though the game is worth the full price, okay? But if you want to get some DLCs, play a little bit more, so you can see which characters do you enjoy the most, and then you can consider getting 1 or 2 DLCs. And there is an expansion called the Winds of Magic that brings a new game mode, a great game mode by the way, the Wastelands, I love it, called Chaos Waves, I love it. And they bring more enemies, more fools, not only the Ratman, the Skaven, but now you face off against the Beastman, so that's great, diversity. And if you want to play it, you kinda need the Winds of Magic. You need to have between you and your friends. If one of you have the DLC, then you can create the missions, and that goes for every DLC that comes with missions, and the others can join. And even if you're playing by yourself on quick game, you might get lucky and be assigned to a group doing missions you don't have. That's alright. I had a blast going through all the missions with my friends. Even I am not like an FPS guy, I really enjoy it, and I can do well in the game. If you are an FPS guy, your skills do transfer, alright? Because I have a friend who is sick on CS, on Hunt, and he's so good in this game. So yeah, he favors some classes that are tend more to like headshots and range weapons, but he's sick, so yeah. But if you're not a FPS guy, you have a blast too. And when you're playing with your friends, it's the best thing ever. So good. But even playing by myself or quick play with random strangers, I liked it, you know? Going against the Vermintide never gets old. Even after 6 hours of playing it, I still find myself logging in, alone, craving for more. The combat is tense, it's fast, it's fun. There are several difficult levels, so even if you don't have lots of time to master it, don't worry it. You're going to find it difficult for you, and you there hardcore fellow, you have difficult for you here. The last 2 difficulties are sick, so difficult, yeah. So Yaba Games gives Warhammer Vermintide 2 a solid 8. It stands out on its jumper. It's way too fun to pass. Just go, you know? Grab some friends, go on the journey, have fun. Now, if you like the video, please like the video on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to be releasing more and more reviews. If you want some game to be reviewed, please leave a comment, tell me what game do you want to be reviewed. And welcome to our group, my friends. Let's do it.